But, dude, some Resident Evil crossover shit got added to a game, and Ada and Jill and them be looking fucking fine, bro. They be looking good. And people try to throw a fit about sexy Ada and whatnot, and they got fucking clowned on, bro. Styled all over them Twitter wokies' balls.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're here. So the best way to describe what we're doing in today's video is that over the past 24 hours, I have seen a series of tweets made by the usual suspects where they're complaining about some pretty similar things, whether they're complaining about fan service or anime or anything even close to anime. Now, these people are not completely useless. They at least provide us with some free content, like in today's scenario. So we begin with NIKKE, which is a very popular gacha game that's made by Shift Up, the same studio that made Stellar Blade.
Now, I know of this game, but I've never played it. I don't play gachas. Guys, want to be real? I don't play gachas. That shit's too expensive, too time consuming. I know most of them are free to play, but the free to play is not, well, it doesn't really incentivize a free to play model. So yeah, I don't play NIKKE. But if there was anything that was going to get me to play NIKKE, if there was anything that was going to get me to play gacha, it's a Resident Evil crossover, baby. Y'all know Resident Evil, my favorite game series of all time. Resident Evil, my favorite series, and we bring it like after the ugly manification of like Jill Valentine and Claire Redfield in the remakes, and then we see this. Whoo, man, I'm tempted, bro. I'm tempted, son.
And they did collaborations with Stellar Blade.
That's
just
true.
something they do all the time. They bring in other franchises and have them collaborate with the NIKKE gacha game. And their most recent one involves Resident Evil. And you can see some of the designs, right? Got Jill Valentine here. But
look at that, man. Look at that. Hold on. Now we gotta blow that up. We gotta blow that up. Guys, look at this right here. Look at this. That's my Jill Valentine, baby. That's my Jill Valentine, son. Why does this gacha game version of Jill look more like OG Jill from the original Resident Evil games, from the remake of Resident Evil back on the GameCube? Like, yeah, she's anime-ified. Jill never really looked like an anime character. But if you took Resident Evil 3 Jill, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, the one on the PS1, and they made her into an anime character, this is it, son. This is it. This looks way better than that fucking Resident Evil 3 remake bullshit. But ain't just Jill. They got Ada, son. They got Ada, son. Oh, look at that. Look at what they did with my girl here. Glow up. Glow up, homie. Yes. You love to see it. Are there any others? Look, oh, Claire. Claire might have the best glow up of all of them. Bro, that shitty fucking ugly Resident Evil 2 remake Claire that I've been bitching about since Resident Evil 2 remake came out. Bro, this is Claire. Like, glow up. Bango, bango, fucking bongo. Like, bro, I don't play gacha games. But I might need to be playing me some goddamn gacha games because holy shit. So anyway, back to it.
You know, you got busty anime girls and guns. How could anyone be upset? Well, of course they are. So there's this post with 1,000 sentient human beings liking it saying, I wish Capcom catered to a broader audience instead of collaborating with this stuff. They're literally doing everything but putting
a broader audience. Capcom is collaborating with a broader audience because goddamn gacha games are like the biggest fucking thing in the world right now. That's as broad audience as you can get. Like I know that NIKKE isn't Hoyoverse, but let's take a look at Hoyoverse, right? Hoyoverse pretty much runs the gaming industry right now, okay? Hoyoverse pretty much runs the gaming industry. Dude, gacha games are the thing right now. They have been for a while. This is about as broad as you can make. Say what you mean, man. Say what you mean. Instead of saying broader audience, talk about ugly broads. You want Resident Evil and you want Capcom to cater to ugly broads. Well, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. If you an ugly broad, I don't want you playing Resident Evil. Resident Evil is not for the uggos. Unless you want to play as the hot bitches and wish that you were them. But if you an uggo and you want the characters in Resident Evil to like you, go fuck yourself. I don't want you in the game. I don't want you here. I don't want you around me. Go watch the live action movies and pretend they're quality, you fake fucking fans.
these women in a new Resident Evil game. Now, I've heard of modern audience before, but I have not heard of the broader audience. This sounds like some corpo slop jargon that gets companies completely ruined, right? Trying to apply to a broader audience sounds really bad. If you try to appeal to everyone, you appeal to no one.
Correct.
NIKKE and
Correct.
Shift Up, they know their target audience, and that's what they're going for. They're not trying to appease everyone. That's not how this works. And you can see they're just very upset that they see these designs, and clearly that is their motive here. But the replies to this are just as unhinged. So this person said, can we also address the fact that their faces look like children's?
Man, get the fuck out of here. I'm so goddamn tired of this argument, dude. I'm tired of these tourists. I'm tired of these fake fucking... Look at this. This does not look like a child. This does not look like a child. This is very obviously fucking Claire Redfield, all right? This is obviously Claire. This is obvious. You ever see... Dude, these people think about children so goddamn much. It's weird, bro. It's weird. It's worrisome. Yo, why you see a child in everything? Why you see a child in everything? What's on your hard drive, bro? What's on your hard drive? You want to know what's on my hard drive? Nothing to do with goddamn children, because I'm not a fucking weirdo. It just looks like an anime Jill, guys. Looks like anime Jill. Looks like Android 18. Looks like if it looks like if Android 18 was cosplaying Jill Valentine. Let me tell you, Android 18 don't look like a goddamn child. What the fuck? These people are deranged. These people are unhinged. Said this looks like a child? What are you talking about? Why you see children everywhere you go? Hard drive check, wood chipper. As opposed to I see this, I think wood, and it would make me chipper. Goddamn.
So this totally sane individual saw designs like this and immediately thought of children. It's an incredible self-report that keeps happening over and over again with these people on social media. You can see their bio. Disrespect any of the Resident Evil women and you will start coughing in 3 days. Now that's interesting. I've seen a lot of threats, and we'll see some threats today, but I've never seen one in the bio. Like, you're 28 years old, fuming over Resident Evil characters and the disrespect they're getting. Like, you're too old for this, okay?
Why don't we talk about the disrespect of what they did to Jill Valentine in the Resident Evil 3 remake, right? Why don't we talk about that disrespect? How they took Resident Evil's best girl, how they took an actual example of a strong female character, something these fucking clowns claim to want so goddamn much, strong female characters, right? You take Jill Valentine, in my opinion, the ultimate strong female character in all of gaming history, right up there with fucking Samus Aran and Lara Croft. What did they do to her? They turned her into the most girl boss, unlikable cunt in the fucking franchise, bro. That's disrespect to the Resident Evil characters. Get the fuck out of here, V.
But here's another one. You expected comments like this. Oh, this is a gooner game. Young people discovering the word gooner is one of the biggest mistakes I think that's ever happened in the history of mankind. Anything they see with a hint of sexuality to it, they call it a gooner game or what have you. Like, if you have a functioning libido.
Which, by the way, by those standards, original Resident Evil is a gooner game. Because guess what? Resident Evil got fucking jiggle physics. When you beat certain characters or when you beat the game with certain time limits, you get sexy outfits for characters, bro. Dude, look, this was Resident Evil 5. All right, hold on. Let's do some research. This is my Jiraiya from Naruto moment because this is for research purposes. We got Sheva Alamar Fairy Tale. Guys, this is from motherfucking Resident Evil 5, which is in 2008 or 2009, somewhere around there. Look at that, baby. Look at that. We gooning, son. We gooning. We gooning all day. Look at it. We got hot black chick with a gun and titties. We got some fucking jungle fever up in this bitch. All right? So now, Resident Evil been gooning from the jump, bro. You fucking fake new fans that never played a Resident Evil game in your life. You can get started in the streets of the PS1 like your boy. Go fuck yourselves.
You're a gooner in the eyes of these people. It's very, very strange. But of course, as always, with all these types of posts, they're a hypocrite. They're a big fan of deep space, which is basically the reverse, right? It's the guys being sexualized in that game, which according to these people is like, it's like ethical gooning or something, because it's male characters being sexualized. So therefore, it's totally fine and safe.
We got to talk about this. We got to talk about the uglification of these characters. We got this comment right here. It says, Claire looks hot in the Resident Evil 2 remake. Hold on. Which version of Claire is the ugly one? We got the remake here. We got the original. Then we got this one from I believe this is not Outbreak 2. That was the fucking PS2 game. The goddamn DS games. I don't remember the names of them. The DS games. But either way, bro, look at this. This fucking weird ass nose, these weird ass lips. Now look at this. That's feminine. That's clean. All right, dude. Remake Claire is a fucking uggo, dude. Remake Claire is a uggo. I can't defend people who think that Claire Redfield. Like, here we go. Here's an even better one, bro. Here's an even better one. Which one of these two is the better looking? I need to know, chat. Which one? Revelations, by the way. Thank you. Which one of these is better looking? One on the left or one on the right? Original Claire is fucking banging. Remake Claire sucks, dude. Remake Claire sucks. And she's always sucked, dude. Remake Claire is sucked from the jump. I didn't even have a YouTube channel when Resident Evil 2 Remake came out. And I was bitching online and on X, or what was Twitter back at the time, and on Facebook and on internet forums and shit, even back then. All y'all in the chat are agreeing. Exactly. Like, with the exception of Esra, who is terrible, who's wrong. I love you, Esra. Keep showing up. Thank you so much. But you're wrong, homie. You're wrong. I'll get that super chat after we're done with the video.
For them to consume while judging others for playing games like NIKKE. Now, of course, the threats are rolling in too. This person's saying, the person who created this game, when I find them. Interesting.
I actually saw this specific tweet when I was on X earlier. Or maybe it was last night, whatever. Bro, this shit's on hand.
That seems like a totally normal response to a new Resident Evil collab. This person saying, why the F does it look like AI? And that's another thing that happens, right? There's so much hysteria over AI. People see it everywhere, even when it's not there, right? I understand the concerns and why people wouldn't like AI, but it's gotten to a point where basically people are going around like the boy who cried wolf, calling everything AI.
And inherently, these people call anime designs AI. Why do people call anime designs AI? Really simple. Anime designs are cool as fuck, dude. Anime designs are cool as fuck. So if you can't draw anime and you've always wanted to see yourself as an anime character or some shit, you went to Grok or you went to ChatGPT, you threw up a picture of yourself, you said, redraw me, but as an anime character. That doesn't mean AI invented anime, you dumb twats.
And oftentimes getting people canceled when they're innocent. I can't tell you how many artists I've seen accused of making AI when that's not what they did. And they get jumped, attacked, and people hold on to that reputation for a very long time, even if the clip.
And I'm going to say it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I've seen AI art way better than these fucking Twitter artists' shitty art. Like, oh, that was made with AI. Here's my real art. Yeah, well, guess what? Your real art fucking sucks. Your real art sucks, bro. I wouldn't hang that shit on my goddamn fridge. And you're wanting to charge $700 fucking dollars for your commissions open? Fuck you. I'll use AI. Your art sucks, kid.
Claims are disproven, which they are most of the time. But anyways, let's move on to the next topic. So this tweet was like ground zero for a lot of terrible takes and insanity. So it's basically saying fan service is a necessity for the medium to thrive, like it or not, with a picture of Marin Kitagawa.
Agreed, by the way. Agreed. Fan service is a necessity for anime as a medium. Now, that doesn't mean every anime is going to have it. There's plenty of fucking anime that don't have fan service, all right? However, it is part of the core idea of what makes anime anime. So, by and large, It is necessary because it's one of the things that makes anime anime. Same for video games, mind you. Resident Evil has always had fucking fan service. When you beat the game and you unlock like the sexy nurse outfit or the all leather outfit for fucking Jill, that's fucking fan service. Add some goddamn replay value to the games, which helps it survive.
From My Dress Up Darling, we'll talk about her in just a second. But to this claim, I don't think fan service is necessary for an anime to be good. There's plenty of anime out there that
No, it's not necessary for an anime to be good. That's not what this is saying. It is necessary for the medium of anime because it is intrinsically part of the identity of anime as a whole. Doesn't mean every anime needs fan service, because it doesn't. There are plenty of anime out there that are great that don't have any fan service. That's not the claim being made here.
Have any fan service and they're just great. But the idea is that you shouldn't be going after series that have fan service. If you don't like it, just don't watch it. These creators should have liberty to do this if they want. And it's obviously a pretty big staple in anime, but people were very upset about this character in particular. There was a quote being used over and over again by many different people.
I don't know who censored this. If Rev censored this, that's retarded. If Rev censored this, it's fucking Maureen and she's wearing a bathing suit and it's fine. She a hottie with a body, all right? I just finished season 2 of My Dress Up Darling literally last night. God damn, I love that anime so much. I love it so much. So far, it is easily my #1 anime of 2025. I fucking, just like the first season, the first season actually was my second favorite anime of the year. It came out 2023 or whatever it was, 2022. But anyway, it didn't need to be censored. This is safe for work. This is fine within YouTube's guidelines. She's wearing a fucking bathing suit. Christ, this is retarded.
Saying that sexualization in anime is deeply rooted in misogyny. And this user points out, of course, that My Dress Up Darling is actually written by a woman, which is something they're trying to wrangle their brains around in the quotes here, saying she has to draw her 15-year-old character naked so men will read her manga. Spoiler, it's still rooted in misogyny. That's right. If a woman sexualizes her own character, it's rooted in misogyny because she has to draw it that way in order to get anyone to pay attention. It's funny how these people are trying to fight misogyny, and they are the most misogynistic people ever. Like, this person believes that there's no reason a woman would ever do something like this unless it's to get the approval of men. Very strange stuff. And also, this tweet has somehow 29,000 likes, and this account has 22 followers. Like, I'm sorry, their follower count has not.
Botted likes, son. Botted likes. Like, if you got a tweet that blows up, like, look, I've only ever had like 2 or 3 tweets that have ever gone viral. And what I consider viral is getting like, yeah, give or take like 100,000 views or more. I've only ever had like 2 or 3 tweets that ever went viral. And when that happens, your followers shoot up. I went from like 700 followers to like 1,000. Now I'm sitting like 1,600. Why? Because every now and again you get a tweet that blows the fuck up. You get a lot of followers from that shit, dude. You get a lot of it. I had to turn fucking notifications off on my phone because that shit was just blowing the fuck up. Botted likes. It's dead internet theory shit. They went out and either they bought likes or someone else bought likes for this post or whatever. But look at this ratio. This is fake. This isn't real. When you see people, if you're surfing the web and you see people that have these brain dead, liberal, lefty, retarded, anti-fan service, anti-sexualization, misogynistic, sexist takes, take a look at the likes, take a look at the amount of comments, see if they're roughly comparable. You know, if you got like 10,000 likes, there should probably be, you know, a good 2,000 or so comments. If there's not, that shit's fake. Then you look at their fucking follower count. If they've got 50,000 followers, but you scroll through and every single tweet, here's a good indicator. If every single tweet they've ever made is a viral tweet, botted fucking likes. Oh yeah, the verification status is another good point. The verified account status is another thing to look at.
Moved. Like, that doesn't happen if you have a legitimate, organic, viral tweets. But this is Twitter. This happens all the time. But then there's another person trying to do another chess move here where they say MFs versus the concept of internalized misogyny and the idea that just because a woman chooses to do something doesn't mean it's good or not an issue. Choice feminism rhetoric at its finest. So now we're moving on to internalized misogyny, another great phrase brought into today's arena. But someone would reply saying, Okay, but what's misogynistic about this? How is a woman who likes drawing do misogyny? And they say she's sexualizing her underage character, yeah, keyword character, to cater to a specific audience. Let's not pretend we don't know who that audience is. So
Maureen is not an overly... By the way, let's talk about this idea for a moment. The sexualization of a character, for one, who gives a fuck they're not real. But second, when you sexualize something or someone or whatnot, that would normally imply, the way it used to work when people actually had a semblance of a fucking brain, when they had working gray matter, if a character was over-sexualized, it meant that the sexualization has nothing to do with the character, and therefore they're just using the sex factor to artificially make the character more popular. A character like Maureen, her looks, her body, the whole nine, is part of the character. It's part of what makes her her. She wants to look good in cosplay because she wants to be a professional cosplayer. So yes, her looks are going to intrinsically be part of the character because it's part of her wants, her desires, her fears, everything her character revolves around. So it's not even over-sexualization because it is in line with the archetype, with the motivations, with what the defining factors of the character as written.
I guess they're insinuating predators. So that's a pretty lofty accusation. I don't think those type of people are looking to Maureen Kitagawa. But anyways, this is their delusions. And they say, not going to go into full detailed analysis right now because of the Twitter character count, but that one fact alone should be reason enough. Yeah, I have this very deep and serious claim, but I don't have time to explain this to you, you common
This right
people,
here,
you
Paul.
common folk. You wouldn't understand my detailed analysis that backs up my delusional insults
Agreed,
and claims and accusations, quite frankly. Yeah, you could have just made a follow-up reply. So character limit, I mean, are you serious? Is that why you can't explain your insane position? But we're moving on to the third and final topic of this video. The never-ending debate about Rebecca from Cyberpunk continues, where this lolly character, by all definition, is being called not a lolly. So people can ethically consume this anime. But we saw this reply. It's like a long discussion, but this person says, but Rebecca doesn't have the personality or look of a lolly. She's just a typical short and extroverted woman. 8,700 likes.
I can't
When in
speak
reality,
much. I haven't watched Cyberpunk. Frankly, I don't really have much of an interest in Cyberpunk, so I don't know about this character. I don't know if it's a lolly or not. So, chat, I'm gonna leave it to you. Let me know if this Rebecca character is lolly. Now, mind you, I don't care about lolly. I don't, because again, it's art. It's fake. I find people that goon to lolly shit to be fucking weird, but I don't care about lolly as an art style. I don't care about people that like lolly shit or whatnot in terms of like, do they appreciate the art style? Things that it's, no, I don't give a fuck. It's not real. It's fucking fiction. I can separate fiction from reality. All right, so lolly, she's a lolly. She's a lolly. The creators called her lolly. Okay, fair enough. Again, I wasn't saying she wasn't or whatnot. I don't know. I've never seen this anime.
the studio who made the anime refers to Rebecca as a lolly. These people look you dead in the eyes and say, the Japanese studio that made this anime is wrong and I'm right, based on my misunderstanding of a very basic term that just means short, petite with cute aesthetics. That's all it is. There's nothing to do with.
See, that is correct. That is objectively correct. Lolly does not mean child. Lolly does not mean child. Yes, correct. So by that metric, fair enough. Just looking at this one photo of the character, yeah, fair enough. I would agree. This is a lolly character.
With age or anything else these people are trying to talk about. It's pretty insane, but of course, we also have a recent tweet from the Cyberpunk Edge Runners official account referring to her as a lolly. Once again, this was swiftly deleted because people were going absolutely insane inside of the replies.
Wait, they deleted their own tweet calling her lolly, or is he saying this follow-up tweet by some rando deleted it because they couldn't fall back on anything after the Edge Runners Twitter account acknowledged it's lolly.
People were making threats. I mean, this was all within minutes. So they eventually ran that back and changed out the term and got rid of it. And yeah, it's because they probably didn't want to deal with a bunch of psychopaths on social media freaking out over a word. Again, a word that's used by the studio that produced the anime. These people look you in the eyes and say, these people are wrong. The creators from Japan, they're wrong. I'm right. Twitter users, man, they're absolutely exhausting. But that's just a small tidbit of all the crazy tweets. I've seen a lot of them involving anime. There's a flare up. There's something going on. People are real angry about this stuff as of late. I mean, they've always been angry, but they're a little extra angry as of this week. But anyways, that's going to do for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, based. Excellent video. Excellent video. Yeah, that was awesome. Dude, fuck these people. And this is what I'm worried about. When I say that, you know, Japan is in danger, the anime is in danger, it's because of shit like this. And it's because people like this are being listened to in the Japanese, in the industry, okay? When you've got people like Erika Ishida, who's, you know, the screenwriter for Bocchi the Rock, and she's actively talking about how she's raising her 2-year-old son to be genderless and has been doing it for years now. When she talks about actively changing the source material because she thought that, oh, these characters are being sexualized and that's tantamount to real violence. Fuck all that. Me, on the other hand, been a Resident Evil fan for years. Always found the Resident Evil women to be banging Jill and Claire and Ada and Rebecca. And then we see what's happening with these remakes. Like, yo, what the fuck? They uglying up my girls. Not only are they uglying them up, because that'd be one thing. I still dislike that, but that'd be one thing. They're fundamentally changing their fucking characters. Claire does not really act like Claire in the Resident Evil 2 remake. Jill certainly doesn't fucking act like Jill. Ada is goddamn nothing like Ada in the Resident Evil 2 remake. What a fucking travesty. And I would say it's even worse in the Resident Evil 4 remake. Like, I haven't played Ada's storyline because I don't really like the Resident Evil 4 remake, but Ada's appearances in Leon's storyline in the Resident Evil 4 remake, Jesus fucking Christ, may as well be an entirely different character. The only similarities is that they're both Asian. But you know what? She didn't even look like that hot of an Asian compared to her original model. The fact of the matter is, these people are a cancer. This is why I go so hard on the we need to gatekeep, because these sort of people are going to be having influence at some point or another, whether it be because they make YouTube videos or tweets or not, and they blow up, and the Japanese media looks at that and says, well, looks like this is what the global market wants. Maybe we should start giving more of this, or maybe because they're actually infecting the Japanese industry itself, like with Erika Ishida. It's a goddamn travesty. And let's talk about this lolly shit for a sec. Because I'm playing Persona 4 right now, right? I haven't played it in years. I love Persona 4, but I'm playing through it for the first time in God knows how long. You got Nanako. Nanako's a lolly character. She's your little sister. She's like 7 years old. Sexualizing that would be weird as fuck, by the way. That would be fucking weird. That would be gross. That'd be disgusting, dude. If you sexualize the 7 or 8-year-old character, Nanako, you're weird. I don't want to be friends with you. But by the same token, and maybe this will be a hot take, maybe this will be a controversial take, it's not real. It's a drawing. So I don't think it's a crime. All right. Will I ostracize you because you're a weirdo? Honestly, yeah, probably. If you're doing like weird sexual fan art or whatnot of Nanako, I don't want you near me. You're a fucking creep. But do I also think it's illegal? No. Should you be criminally prosecuted? No, because that is tantamount to fucking thought crimes. And I am vehemently against criminalizing thought crimes. Criminalizing thought crimes is a really dumb way to put that, but you guys get what I mean. And Nanako's adorable. Yes, Nanako's a little angel. Exactly. You can say Nanako's cute because you can say kids are cute, right? Dude, you're hanging out with your friend got like a 7-year-old child and they do something quirky or whatnot. I was like, oh my God, you got a cute little kid right there. Like, that's fucking normal. So, it bothers me, guys. It fucking bothers me. Base take. Thank you, CFH. But that being said, yeah, we're going to end it here when it comes to this video, guys. I'm getting real fucking worked up. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about, what's going on in the gaming industry, but music, Magic of the Gathering, gaming, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsparadise_Leon and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord. Choose the articles we go over on a day-to-day basis. Choose the videos we react to on the Friday night live streams. And of course, get involved with over 200 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further. Because we do care about diversity, only one kind of diversity of thought. That's interesting to you. Join the Discord, subscribe, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.